one there in the end, but just wasn't the result you were chasing, obviously, tonight. How do you wrap that one up?
Yeah, it's disappointing, but honestly, I just said to the girls, I'm proud of them because, it hurts, don't get me wrong, but it probably hurts more than what we, losing to Bendigo on Wednesday night, for the fact that we did everything that they did everything that I actually asked of them. Our defense was solid. We were poised offensively. We really got them into a half-court game, and they struggled to score in times. And so it's for me, it's probably one of the best games we've actually played all season for 40 minutes.
Things are ramping up. Obviously, the race to the finals, yourselves trying to secure that spot within the top four. Was that, I guess, the intensity that you were kind of expecting coming to Townsville at this point of the season as well? Yeah,
I think, the top three teams are still trying to win because they want to get their positions, and us and Canberra are probably, I don't know about the rest below us, but are probably fighting off for that fourth spot. So I've been talking to the girls all week about, it's now finals basketball right now, even though it's not finals. It's the intensity a lot of teams are playing at now, and so it's really important for us to try and get a win. We feel like that we need to, try and beat the teams below us that we've still got to play, and then try and snatch one or two. So it's so that was really important, and that's what I mean. To come up here, I think this is one of the hardest stadiums to play in Australia, and because of how well they play here and their fans and everything. But yeah, it's a bit disappointing, but proud of the girls.
For sure. Kayla, how do you feel after that one?
Yeah, similar. I'll just echo what Kristi said. I was really proud of the girls for how we collectively came together and really just executed. Probably the most consistent execution we've done, probably for the majority of the season. So it is a really hard stadium to play at, and they're a great team and they're really humming. And so I do take a lot of confidence into the game on Tuesday with how we play tonight. I think we're peaking at the right time. And I'm excited to go home and be on our home court for the first time in 7 years.
Things sort of really ramped up, I guess, in that second half, and then it got really close in the last quarter. What's going through your mind on the court there as a player with, I guess, that chance to win that match when it's so close?
Yeah, not to panic. I mean, I've been around for a while. Don't know if you knew that, but it's not my first rodeo. So just really making sure that we execute, playing really solidly defensively, because this place erupts. And last time we were here in the third quarter, it really erupted, and the game, got the better of us in the third. Essentially, in the last game, I'm pretty sure. They just got ahead and got on top of us in the third. They play really solidly in the third. A very consistent team in the third. And so we just wanted to make sure that we came out and really solidified our position in this game, and defensively get it done. Because offensively, we've got a lot of scoring power. As do they, but for us, just to really knuckle down defensively, which I think we did a pretty reasonable job with what we had planned, and then just some execution down the stretch to finish the game. But I mean, we were right there. We with 20 seconds left or whatever it was, we're up by 2. So Abby Ellis did hit that big shot, and I mean that's the beauty of basketball, right? We can, the adrenaline's pumping and people shoot it up, and if it goes in, that's great for the home crowd. But unfortunately, we just couldn't get it done in the end. But again, really proud of how we played the game as a whole.
Thanks, ladies. That's all from me online.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Hey guys, it's just Seb from AAP. Kristi, I'll start with you. It seemed that tonight it was a real battle between Abby Ellis and Maddie Rochi in that point guard position. As kind of a point guard yourself, how did you kind of view that contest and tussle between the two?
Look, yeah, I think it was. I mean, it's always great to see players go at it, and I think Abby shot the lights out tonight, and I think she's been shooting the ball pretty well this season. So, and I think I mean, I didn't look at the stats. Roch had 10 assists. Abby's had no assists. But. And I don't think that matters. I think it's, they've got a great team, and they share the ball well. And I think it's always going to be a tussle with whoever Roch plays. It's just she plays hard, and people come at her and try and get her flustered and doing all that sort of stuff. But I think Rochi's had a pretty good season this year. I think she's been pretty good, and so has Abby. So I think it's always good for the Opals coaches to watch and see how players go at one another.
Of course, there were a couple of turnovers tonight for the side. Is that kind of something that you really want to see the side improve on in the lead up to finals and in this last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I'm always on them about if it's a 50-50 pass, don't pass it, because we do have a lot of turnovers, and I think they've come down recently, but I think against these top teams you can't. Like I said, if it's a 50-50 pass, don't pass it, because they just run it straight back at you. They're too good offensively, and then you sort of get into a bit of a grind because they try and shut you down on the offensive end. So it's always a big focus for me to try and keep those turnovers down. It's something we do need to be better at if we're going to try and get a win over these top teams.
I think something that you said last week was that you told the girls that to be a contender and a finals contender, you've got to beat these top three teams. Do you still feel that even after today's loss, though, that you are still right in that finals contention, and that you are playing like a finals team?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if we did that on Wednesday night against Bendigo. I don't think we followed Scout very well. I don't think we stayed in the moment. I think we got. I think we just weren't locked in. We weren't focused enough, and when you're playing those top teams, you can't give them a little bit of a sniff. You've got to be able to play 40 minutes. But I thought we really responded from that game till tonight, and this team is so good up here. I mean, they're good on the road too, but playing at home, they're so good. And I think we got beaten by 21 last time we were here. So to be able to be right there in the last possession, it's a credit to the girls to respond from the way we played on Wednesday night as well.
Cayla, just a couple questions for you. Obviously, you didn't have your teammate Nia Locke here today, out with a foot issue. How did that kind of change preparations for today, and how did you kind of work past not having one of your key starters?
Yeah, I think, our starting lineup's changed a little bit over the course of the season, and Tata has done a great job slotting back into the starting lineup tonight. I thought she was great defensively and had great impact. She started for us for a big chunk of the season and has been a main player and main rotation player for a while, so I don't think that was any issue. I think Nia's done a great job and worked really hard to get herself to a position to play and have minutes and start, and she brings she's a great teammate, first and foremost, really great teammate, but she's athletic as anything, so you just tell her to run, she'll fly. Like, she's just, if I'm rebounding, she's running, so it's great. So I'm really stoked for her that she's in a position where she's earned herself a bigger role with this group, but it's a minor setback for her with her foot. But hey, it's basketball and it happens. So, but she's got a great head on her shoulders, and I'm sure she'll come back whenever she comes back in the very near future with the same mindset. She's very focused, she's very driven, and she knows exactly what she's doing. So we're stoked that she's worked hard to get into the position that she's in.
And just from your perspective and the playing group's perspective, obviously it seems that this finals race is going down to the final week, the finals game now. Is that weighing on your mind, the fact that, every single game is a must win? And how does that kind of make you feel?
That's been weighing on our mind probably since right before Christmas. Every game, the season, you blink and it's almost the end, right? So wins are important. You want to get early wins to make sure that, you don't have to catch up on wins at the end. And then in the middle, you're like, oh, we should start, every game's important, because you don't want to have it come down to other teams' results. Or like big games at the end. You don't want to put all that pressure on yourself to, well, you have to win this or else we're not in finals. You want to, get the job done earlier so that you can, not cruise into finals is not the word, but like solidify your spot in the finals, ahead of time would be ideal. But I mean, if we have to play a team at the end and win that game, then we'll navigate that space if we have to. But right now, we've got a really great chance to have a great home game on Tuesday and really finish off this season. And we've got the control right now.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. That's all I have.
Thank you.